Most of us can relate to the notion of our athletic abilities falling short of our athletic ambitions. But in the case of cross-country runner Jeff Hobbs, that struggle is magnified by cerebral palsy, which makes even walking a challenge. Despite the obstacles that condition imposes on Jeff's goals, you'd be hard-pressed to find an athlete with more determination or more dreams.
See the picture page, that second one. Were they friends? Kind of. Couldn't talk.
In the classroom, Jeff Hobbs looks like any other college student. But once class is over and you see that Jeff has waited for everyone else to leave, you notice what's different about him. Jeff has spastic cerebral palsy, which makes something as simple as walking a challenge. Yet, believe it or not, Jeff is a runner on the cross-country team at the Franciscan University in Clinton, Iowa.
Cross-country really takes its toll. All the uphills and really all the downhills, because with me not having a lot of balance, it's like once I get going downhill, man, you know, there was a couple times where I wiped out, but you know what, I got right back up and finished, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes it looks like I went through war because I'm bleeding and I have dirt all over me, but you know what, I got back up and finished the race.
It's estimated that in the United States there are over 750,000 people who have cerebral palsy. 80% of those people, like Jeff, have spastic cerebral palsy. It's caused by a brain injury that makes it impossible to relax certain muscles, and movements are usually jerky and seem uncoordinated. According to Jeff's mother, Sherry, Jeff's cerebral palsy was a result of a complicated birth and the fact that he was 3 months premature.
He was so premature that his skin was as thin as a Kleenex, and Jeff was born normal delivery. He wasn't a section. And so when he was born, because his skin was so thin, he was all cut on his chest. His head was black and blue from his neck up. And he was a very sick little guy. But I really don't know when the damage happened, and it really doesn't matter. Once we found out, we just dealt with it.
Dealing with it meant surgeries to loosen and relocate muscles, body braces, and years of physical therapy.
You know, I'd be lying if I didn't say it was frustrating at times, but hey, that's life, you know, people have to deal with stuff, and that's what I have to deal with. But it wasn't fun, like when I would see my friends being able to ride a bike or things of that nature, and you know, you're not jealous, you're envious though, because you want to be doing the same things they are.
All Jeff ever wanted was a chance to do the same things that his friends were doing. He played Little League until he was told it would be too much of a risk to let him continue. Because he wanted to be part of the team, he managed baseball teams all through junior high school. But once he entered high school, he tried out for the freshman football team. No one had ever been cut from the team, but after participating in the summer conditioning camp, Jeff was told he could not receive his helmet without a doctor's note.
He has to have a slip from the doctor to wear a protective, piece of equipment. It was just an excuse. They didn't want him on the team.
It was devastating. I can't put into words, and really, unless you're in my shoes, you really don't know how it feels. I really can't put into words like how devastated I was. It was devastating, but I use it as motivation, and it still motivates me to this day.
Jeff, once again in order to be part of a team, moved into the position of team manager, but continued working out, hoping that the coach would see his hard work and give him a spot on the team. Instead, it was the track coach who noticed Jeff and invited him to run cross-country. In his very first meet, Jeff tripped over the same stump 3 times.
There was about 600 meters left to go, and everybody lined the course. And what went through my mind is, I don't tell very many people this, but what went through my mind was, is this really for me? Like, are all these people cheering for me? Because it's like, for all these years, all I wanted to do was be part of a team, and that's all I ever wanted, to get that experience. And for everybody to line up, and actually people who don't know me start cheering my names, I mean, I was just getting chills,
In college, Jeff became a member of the cross-country team at the Franciscan University. Every day, he starts his workout by stretching muscles that don't want to relax. He then climbs the stairs in the gym to the track so that he can run his laps. For Coach Dan French, it's Jeff's work ethic that makes him such a valuable asset to the team.
He represents everything that's great about our sport. And the kids who run recognize the significance of what he does. And they really applaud him, both literally and figuratively. I can't even begin to tell you, every meet, every race that he's in, he is just totally well received by the kids, the spectators, and other coaches who acknowledge the intensity that he brings to competition. And he embodies that to us, especially here on this campus.
Perfect. Come on, guys.
Not surprisingly, Jeff has set a number of goals for himself once he graduates from college. One goal is to coach the sport he loves. It's a goal that he is already pursuing as he assists with the cross-country team at Fulton High in Illinois. He hopes that someday he can be the same kind of coach to others as his high school coach was to him.
Good effort, guys. That's part of the reason why I want to coach, is I want to have an influence on kids the way he did on me, because I've never met a guy like him. You know, and coach or no coach, he's a terrific man. And, and that's what I want to be to my athletes. Keep jogging, guys. Keep jogging. You got to keep your heart rate up.
Another of Jeff's goals is to be a motivational speaker. It too is a goal that Jeff is already working toward achieving.
I can't say it enough. If you put in the work, you will achieve your goals. There are people that are scared to take that chance, or they want to do certain things, but they just, for some odd reason, either they're scared or just people won't give them the opportunity. And that's what I'm here to say. Hey, don't let those negative aspects get you down. You can do whatever you want to do if you're willing to put in the work. And please don't remember me as a guy with a disability, but more as a guy that, used all the negative aspects of his life to achieve his goals.
He motivates me too. He's made me into who I am today. I'm lucky I got to be Jeff's mom.
After Jeff graduates, there are plans to rename the annual cross-country event at the Franciscan University to the Jeff Hobbs Cross Country Challenge. It's a tribute to the impact Jeff has had on the lives of those who know him, and to his never say never attitude.
I know every time I step to that line, I'm probably not going to win the race, but I'm sure going to try, and I'm sure going to go in prepared. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But it's not about your athletic ability, it's about your heart.